Set in the northeastern part of Uganda, Karamoja region is characterized by erratic rainfall with prolonged dry spells and flash floods. Recurrent dry spells and drought-like conditions have had devastating effects that include repeated crop failures, food and water shortages, and low livestock productivity. These problems have further been aggravated by poor infrastructure, inadequate supply of drought-tolerant and quick-maturing crop varieties, prevalent crop pests and diseases, and poor post-harvest management practices. All these factors keep the communities more vulnerable amidst the worsening effects of climate change. As a result, Karamoja consistently has the worst human development indicators in the country. The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, in collaboration with Government of Uganda and funding from the United Kingdom Department for International Development, has been supporting communities in Karamoja to build resilience over the past 9 years. This has been through a holistic livelihood program that focuses on livestock production, crop production, and land and watershed management.
This particular project is to strengthen adaptive capacity in the communities of Karamoja to be able to deal with climate risk. And we were fortunate to have funding from the Department for International Development of the United Kingdom, DFID, and they provided at least $7 million to be able to deal with these particular challenges in Karamoja.
The DFID funded Enhancing Resilience in Karamoja program was started in 2013 and was designed to build resilience in the communities and the governments of Karamoja. And I think the successes that we've seen have been about the systems that have been built and the changing focus that we've seen in Karamoja from the government, from the communities and from the people themselves.
In an effort to improve animal health, FAO and other stakeholders have been training and equipping community-based animal health workers, and over 420 community-based animal health workers have so far received this training. These have in turn supported livestock vaccination and disease surveillance by providing basic animal health support services. Veterinary professionals, paravets, and community-based animal health workers have been trained in FMD and other disease identification.
We had a training facilitated by FAO, a training in diagnostics, sample collection and the reporting of the major transboundary animal diseases, although the major focus was on foot and mouth disease. And following that training, people have the capacity to diagnose and say now this is foot and mouth disease.
To improve disease surveillance reporting and response, FAO supported veterinary authorities in Uganda with a web-based event mobile application system for disease reporting.
There was the introduction of a phone reporting system, phone technology. And in that regard, there is spot-on reporting.
This app allows national veterinary authorities to use smartphones with an enabled application to report disease outbreaks. The event mobile application has improved the speed and efficiency of animal disease reporting and subsequent control in Uganda. When a veterinary technician in the field examines a suspected sick animal, they use the app to enter the epidemiological data, including photographs of the animal in question. The data, which is automatically georeferenced, is collected in a report which is sent to the Global Animal Disease Information System for action. Over 100 Android smartphones with the application and monthly data subscription that enables real-time data transmission have been given to community-based animal health workers. FAO also supported various livestock vaccination efforts in the region. In collaboration with Government of Uganda, a total of 2 million heads of livestock were vaccinated against various livestock diseases. This was done alongside routine serosurveillance in the region. This reduced incidences of widespread livestock diseases, and subsequent pockets of outbreaks have continuously been controlled.
We've been able to vaccinate against foot and mouth disease, covering a population of over 50,000 cattle, specifically for Napak, which has a cattle population of about 75,000. So that is very, very good because it's more than a half. We have also been able to vaccinate against CCPP, this is contagious caprine pneumonia in the goat population. And again, I must be happy to mention that we vaccinated over 100,000 goats. We have also been able to vaccinate against a condition called PPR, and this one was for both goats and sheep. Again, I want to report that we vaccinated over 100,000 sheep and over 100,000 goats.
My name is Gordon Obin. I work in Napak district as Assistant Animal Husbandry Officer. I'm the supervisor for the vaccination program, which is going on. We're vaccinating cattle, sheep, goats. We have a vaccination register that is provided by Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. In this book, we ensure that we capture all the animals vaccinated in terms of the species. If it is a cattle, then we also ensure that we capture if it is the male or the female. If it is the goats, we also capture them. And the owners, if it is a male or female, we ensure we capture. We want to know the proportion of men and women who own livestock in Karamoja, and also the variations between the livestock species that are kept by different sexes or gender.
Last week we were here very busy running the analysis of the samples, and I must tell you the animals have generated a lot of protection through that vaccination, and I think we are about to stop seeing the frequent outbreaks if that support or that kind of vaccination routines are adhered to if we continue.
To maintain vaccine quality, FAO also equipped all the districts in the region with a set of cold chain equipment consisting of 40 fridges, 40 gas tanks, 40, 20 and 15-litre cool boxes to ensure that vaccines are stored and transported within the recommended temperature ranges so as to maintain viability. For livestock breed improvement, FAO partnered with Naro Nabuin Zonal Agricultural Research and Development Institute.
Here we are collaborating with the FAO to conduct artificial insemination of our short-horn East African zebu with the Sahiwal cattle. They are multi-purpose breeds. They can be used, they are for beef production, dairy, and they can also be used for draught power, that's animal traction. They are preferred to other zebu cattle in that they are, first, they are drought tolerant. They also they are relatively resistant to tick-borne diseases, and they give higher milk quantity.
We cannot do breed improvement minus addressing nutrition. We are integrating nutrition through doing pasture improvement, and here we are doing the breeding. Nabuin being a research development center and a technology transfer center. In as far as nutrition is concerned, we have done rangeland improvement as far to the tune of 760 acres.
Pastoralists also receive training on the use and preparation of homemade livestock mineral licks. These provide livestock with the required minerals, proteins, and energy supplements. They also receive training in the preparation and preservation of hay. To address the livelihood challenges in the region, FAO has supported the establishment of 380 agro-pastoral field schools and pastoral field schools benefiting 25,500 households in the region.
We sell, we get money. This thing is 500. It's 500. When you sell this one is 500, this one is 500. This two is 1,000 if you are going to sell in town. We have avocado here, we have mushunga, we have oranges here for us. And mangoes. When they grow, we are going to sell those fruits to get money like what we are doing for this one.
The transformational changes they are realizing within the households. One of which is they are able to take their children to school, buy scholastic materials for their children. They are able to afford dietary diversity at the household level. Food and income security is guaranteed.
I want to thank FAO because right now I have goats, I have a solar, I have a mattress, I have a wife. So a lot of thanks should go to FAO.
The agro-pastoral field schools provide a platform for a holistic integration of multiple interventions that include skills development and provision of essential inputs. The groups were provided with assorted seeds, farm tools, investment grants, and hands-on training in rural savings, crop and animal husbandry, soil and water management practices. To improve access to water for production, FAO, in collaboration with the Institute for International Cooperation and Development, completed the establishment of 43 water for production facilities comprising 21 valley tanks, 15 subsurface dams, 7 solar-powered irrigation systems, motorized boreholes, and 1 small community rock catchment.
We have built 14 valley dams, 2 valley dams in each districts, in 7 districts in Karamoja.
Valley tank is built with the cash for work methodology. This means that we have not used at all any machine. Only community and manpower and tools, of course, that was provided by FAO.
The water harvesting and irrigation facilities are already providing the much-needed buffer against dry spells to beneficiary communities that include schools.
What you see here is this is a very simple water harvesting facility. It can't get more simpler than this, both in terms of cost and in terms of technology. What this is a gravity flow scheme. It's a natural stream that's fed from this waterfall here, and it goes all the way down to the valley. This location here is about 60 meters above the valley floor, so that means you have 60 meters of head. In terms of hydrologic lingo, that's called head or pressure that you can utilize. So what we did was with our partner C&D, which you met earlier today, we built this retaining wall and the piping system. The water pools here. In good days when it rains, actually the pool is full and water overflows this here as well. But what happens is this piping system conveys water all the way down to the valley floor, where you have a 10,000 liter tank that is filled almost daily when it rains. And people use that for livestock, water for livestock, and also water for production, vegetables, small vegetable gardens, and all these other patches of gardens and vegetables that you saw along the way coming this way.
FAO also worked with partners to help communities build resilience to drought through sustainable natural resources management in catchment areas, with several catchment management interventions being implemented.
In this project, we have 2 main components. One component is on restoration of the degraded catchment areas, and the other second component is the restoration of the degraded regional areas.
The FAO is supporting us to create micro catchment management plans and also micro catchment structures to support the Karamojong people to enable them utilize available water resources for different uses.
FAO also supported the strengthening of early warning, preparedness and response systems in collaboration with ACTED. The Drought Early Warning System provides communities as well as district government departments and development partners timely warning on the risk of drought to help initiate the implementation of drought preparedness measures.
ACTED was directly monitoring the indicators and disseminating it back to the communities on warning them on what to do.
With the global goal of helping to eliminate hunger, reduce rural poverty, food insecurity, and malnutrition, FAO is committed to work in conjunction with the government of Uganda, donor agencies, partners, and stakeholders to end the human suffering, strengthen resilience, and safeguard livelihoods in the Karamoja region. The challenge, however, still remains. The people in Karamoja are increasingly exposed to natural hazards and crises, from drought and floods to disease epidemics. These problems continually erode their productivity and traditional coping capacities that support livelihoods. Livestock vaccination remains a key intervention that protects and increases resilience of the pastoral community.
Smart Ads. Your search for quality ends here.